All right, in the state of Washington, they just had a, what do you call it? Back the Blue rally. And what that means is,
cops?
Pro cops.
Oh, I thought it was like Back the Blues.
I thought Democrats first, and then I was like, oh yeah, cops are blue.
Because Democrats are blue,
Yeah.
Republicans are red.
I thought music first.
True.
I thought cops the whole time.
What about the boys in blue?
The rally just finished, and the crowds are dispersing, all right? And so then it was mainly for cops, but then across the street were counter protests and, BLM and the ACAB, the ACABs, which is all cops
are bastards.
Bitches, yeah.
What? I thought they were bad.
Bad. Bastards. Oh, bastards. Yeah. Well, the article was like, all cops are, and then they just wrote expletives. I was like, B is for bitches.
It's bastards.
Bastards. Yeah. Got it. I guess either way it would work. But this happened as things were dying down.
No. Something dangerous?
So this guy's got a stick with a string and a donut attached to it. Skateboard says BLM and ACAB.
This fool's looking to just cause a ruckus.
What is he doing?
I had like 10 donuts before I came over here. You know what, man? A dog ate that first. Hey, any of you bootlickers get that fucking shit away from my face, Roll.
Hey, come on, I thought we were
fuck away from me.
What the fuck? Don't get offended.
You got that good.
Oh, come on. I hate that. I fucking hate that.
Badge numbers, names. Badge numbers, names. Thank you, sir. Hey, don't touch me. Come on, man. I'm being insane. What am I getting arrested for? I think it's time for you to go. Oh!
Oh, come on.
What'd you expect?
Idiot.
Back off! Back off!
Please don't touch me.
He assaulted Lieutenant. You back off or you'll go to jail.
That was really antagonizing, man. That was not classy at all. What the fuck?
Like, what'd you expect to happen?
So, like, if you want change, that's not how you do it.
Benjamin Hansen. I need
Do they think that they're British guards that are just supposed to stand there and you can do whatever the fuck you want?
Well, even British guards, you're not supposed to do that.
They'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Got you! So that's the youth of today, I guess.
Fucking annoying.
Yeah, you can even the British guards though, like they're known. If you're in their way and they need to get somewhere, they will shove you. They will
Yeah.
Make way for the Queen's guards!
Yeah.
like they don't fuck it around.
Well,
Yeah, it's crazy that we can't do that here. Like the cops can't do that here because then this shit happens.
do. They shouldn't do that.
That's true. That's true. I take that back. I take that back. There needs to be yes. We both need to listen to each other on each side of this.
I'm all about protest and some creative protest, things like that, but I think he drew the line. Like he fucked up by invading personal space. He got too close. He was dangling that shit in front of their face.
Aggressively, too.
Yeah, man. If he was a little bit further.
Yeah, he was picking a fight.
Because he was also getting mad because the cops were playing with him.
Yeah.
You know, and then he's getting hella more aggressive.
At first, I'm like, oh, okay, he's kind of being an ass, but all right. Oh, donut on a stick. But then he gets really close, and that's when I'm like.
Plus, now the media is gonna start putting this video everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And now it's gonna make the actual good protesters look bad.
That's true.
So it's not helpful to anything.
Well, it depends who's reporting it, because then if it's like CNN reporting it, they're gonna cut out the antagonizing part.
It doesn't matter who's reporting it. I feel like if you're making the people that want to be mad against these skaters, like the CNN, is it CNN or Fox? Whoever's right wing, Fox. If they put it out, it's gonna make them even more angry, and it's gonna make people that are kind of like say on the fence go more towards them, and it's gonna do the opposite for things. So it's like it's not bringing anyone together.
Yeah, so I want people to be together, and this makes me angry.
Yeah.
So I'm not right or left. I'm just in the middle, and I just want people to be friends. And I'm like, fuck, this is not the way to be friends, man.
Right.
That's true.
Because whenever I see like one group kind of just going beyond the line and who started what, like, yeah, maybe it was kind of too harsh. The cops could have just been like, come on, man, get out of here.
Yeah, I think the cops might have overreacted.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, the dude started it, man.
He has bad intentions.
That's my point.
The guy, they're trying to get a reaction.
Even for me, right? I feel like I see most of the time, even if I got hit by a car, 50% of me is crying, the other 50% is laughing, because I can see myself getting hit by a car, because I see things in a pretty funny light. If some guy came up to me with a fucking Wuhan bat shit all up in my face, I'll probably laugh for maybe the first 3 seconds, and I would get pissed still. and I would end up probably beating their ass because I'm getting instigated, you know?
Yeah, that's
True.
that's the whole thing for me. It's like the intention.
And if he did it like 10 feet away, that's fine. But if he's gonna violate quarantine and get closer than 6 feet,
Yeah, they're not even wearing
That's
masks.
true.
you know, no masks and shit.
That's the reason why for me in the beginning of this video, I was like, oh, haha, playful, because it feels like it's a playful intention. But then once he crosses that personal space boundary, then it's like, oh, you're provoking, like you're antagonizing. You really want a bad result, and that makes me not be on your team
For sure.
anymore.
They're trying to go viral. They're trying to make it onto the news by doing that.
Yeah, for sure. That's what they wanted.
That's what they want.
I would have fucked his ass up if he came up to me with a bat on a string.
From the get, it was already bad intent. From the get, I didn't see anything playful about it because that's the trope. That's the fucking thing. We call them pigs, and we all say, "Where are your fucking donut?" Like it's not a compliment. You know what I mean? So this fool really wanted to get a reaction, and like you said, Nat, he got it.
Yeah, but I mean, that is a form of protest that we do, you know, like non-violent protesting. It's you do humiliate like the people in power. You do like you could do things like that. I think that it's fine if it's done like in distance. You can antagonize
With respect, right?
I don't know if it's respect is the right
line
word.
like he crossed that was just like, now is it just like very disrespectful.
Yeah, you can't get to a place where there can be potential harm,
Yeah.
right? Like if he could hit him with a stick or do something and there's physical altercations that can happen, I think that's when you get into the line of, all right, the cops are going to stop it because there's a potential threat, right? But if we're this far and I'm out here swinging a donut and talking shit,
You don't feel
and
threatened.
the cops came and then fucked me up and grabbed me and took me, that's different, right? I think it's all about the rules of engagement. And then when you cross the line into someone else's boundaries, then you're kind of at fault.
Yeah.
And also, when we're trying to unify and really trying to see each other's side and hear each other out and solve shit, what we're trying to seek is common ground, right? Like, okay, these are my needs, how can we meet in the middle? The minute you're taping a donut string, you're already trying to ridicule them. You know, there's no policy in this donut. No one's been talking about donut rights or any fucking, you just knew, you know, this is part of a stereotype that's gonna piss them off. So he had bad intentions to start. Yeah, I just
And you can see him getting frustrated because the very first cop that said anything to him was saying like, "Oh, I already had 10 donuts earlier
Yeah.
today." He was playing along, and you can see the
first
skater
one
kid
laughing, too.
Yeah, the skater kid was like, you can see him turn around and it's like, that didn't work. And then he was like,
He wanted to go viral.
let me fucking double down. He turns back around, and that's when he sticks it really close in their faces. So it's like, if a cop doesn't react to that, and then you don't get a reaction from that, are you gonna come back again and double down again? And what are you gonna do? Lay a hand on the cop? You know, it's just like there's a lot.
Also, they're human beings too, right? So it's human beings on both sides. Like if I went up to that kid and started pressing him and doing stuff without I didn't touch him, said the same thing like, "Oh, I'm not touching you. It's like
he's probably gonna swing at you.
yeah, he's probably gonna swing at me, but it's like, oh, and I can't be like, oh, I have rights, I got that on camera and freak out, and it's completely like taken away from any good coming from trying to like fix police brutality and everything. It completely goes
Yeah, what
away.
does that do?
There's nothing meaningful
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
It doesn't like shed more light on police brutality. I'm like, that's deserved brutality if you got any, you know?
Deserve brutality.
Yeah.
That's true. That's gonna actually, if a police beats your ass because you did that, everyone's gonna be like, well, actually, you kind of deserved it, buddy.
Funny if he got his ass beat and he's like, police brutality, and all skater homies are like, nah, you deserved it.
Because I mean, I think all of us in this room want there to fix police brutality and not
Yeah.
anything bad happen to a civilian ever.
Yeah.
But then
I wanted that
think-
kid to get his ass beat.
Yeah,
You can
when
tell
it-
that kid's a piece of shit outside of this whole movie.
Fuck
Exactly.
Yeah. He's a fucking shithead.
Because I agree with asshole brutality, you know? You gotta beat the fuck out of the assholes of the world, and that kid was a fucking asshole.
What's
Yeah.
the public response for this? Like, are people upset at the cops, or are the people really upset? At the
I think
kids?
it's split depending on everyone's personal. So flipping the script now, right? From the kid's perspective and the girl that's recording the video, like they're like, you can't do that. What do you do? And the cops are saying that he assaulted the officer with a donut, but then there was no actual contact. At least not caught on camera. Like it's kind of like shaky. I
we
watched it a
can't
couple
really
times.
see.
Assault doesn't have to have physical contact because by the time it is, that's considered battery. So I think assault is any type of like
Aggravation?
yeah, kind of aggravation
harassment.
or perceived threat.
I
It comes fast. It can be that's assault, like or verbal.
I see.
You can't just stand there with
Yeah.
like a knife or something to a cop's throat, but you didn't slice his throat yet.
Right. So that's considered assault.
That's like, it's like, I'm not hitting you. You know? And if you do that to anyone, I think that's threatening, and
It's considered assault.
but you know, people will make the argument like, oh, cops should be trained and they should know, and it's like, nah, man, like, you just don't fuck around with people.
There has to be a
Just
level
don't
of
fuck with them.
respect.
Because I don't get the side of depending on where you stand on the issue, it's split because it's like I stand with the people that want to stop it, but it's like that's just stupid.
I can kind of see like where, if I can argue for their side,
Right, just trying to play devil's advocate.
is you know, I think that the cops' reaction was a bit overreacted, like to arrest a guy. You know, like
But what,
I think
what do you do? What would you do if you were like cops? You'd be like, hey guys, okay, funny, come on, move.
That's true, because they need to maintain a level of authority. So then it's like it's a messy situation.
I think that's where people have the problem, is the amount of power that they have.
Yeah,
So
the abuse of it.
So yeah, like the people that are against it would be like, yeah, that's way too much power. Any human can just grab someone, detain them, throw them in a car. Because they felt a little threatened.
Yeah, that's the issue, that they don't know how to de-escalate. And that was a perfect example of it.
Right.
If you want to argue the other side, right? Like how he could have, there was like 5 guys standing there, they could have been like, hey man, what are you doing? Like, that's not cool.
I
like,
take out scissors and cut the string to the donut.
you know what I mean?
Hey,
Like,
thank you.
like you could tell they weren't equipped.
That's a good point. They could have
de-escalate.
de-escalated for sure.
And that's why the whole defund the police thing is like, if there's a nonviolent call, they want social workers or other people to in the community come help and whatever, because they're thinking that maybe they won't react in such a violent manner, and it won't be always physical.
To play devil's advocate to the devil's advocate.
So maybe the angel?
I don't know what the fuck this is, but
right.
I could also, I could also see why he would detain him, because he wasn't like it wasn't even a violent arrest. This fool grabbed his wrist with like 2 fingers. You're under arrest. He didn't put him on the ground, no handcuffs. He was just literally gently taking him to the courthouse, enough to the point where the guy could even still touch his girlfriend's hand. So it was like a very gentle apprehension.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. So like so that could be his systematic way of de-escalating, because they are also trained on mob mentality.
He also did push him hard and then was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean they're also trained on mob mentality, where we've seen cases, if there's one brave soul with a donut and then they seem like they want an inch, immediately a swarm of 10 people now come. Yeah. So it can instantly escalate too.
True.
So that could be, well, if we take out their leader, then that is our way of de-escalating. Like, we also just don't know policing policies.
Can I do
or
a
anything.
devil to the devil to the devil?
Please.
So if we're doing the mob mentality thing then, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't de-escalation be the best, so that the mob, before they see it, they're like, oh shit, it's actually gonna be...
Are you talking about verbal de-escalation?
Yes, yes. Verbal de-escalation, so that the mob that's kind of looking like, oh, are we gonna jump in yet? They're like, ah, shit, nothing's happening. Oh, they're fucking talking.
So kind of like what the first cop did, where he's already had 10.
Yeah.
And then maybe if they were a little bit more wittier,
They could keep going.
they need wit training.
Yeah.
With training.
They need comedy training.
They need comedy.
They all gotta go to like improv classes.
Yeah, you know what?
Do some object work.
Can you imagine a bunch of cops? Zip, zap, zop.
And one cop pulls out guns.
I know.
A guy comes in, he's like washing dishes and stuff. Hey, how you doing, Frank? And then they're like, everyone's just like, what the fuck? Situation de-escalated, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
The donut comes, give me a suggestion.
Like Michael Scott, when he's in his improv class, and every moment he always had to like pull out a gun.
Oh yeah, that was his idea of
He
improv.
fucking whispers.
Yeah. And the guy's like,
Hello guys, thank you guys so much for watching all of our videos, and I know it's been a million years in the making, but we finally got Just Kidding News merch.
Yep.
So make sure you go down to the store below and you can
Wow.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
get a piece of JK News, and thank you guys for supporting.
Thank you.
Bye bye.